Microphones. You know, if you're doing any kind of video production, my screen, I can't see it. There we go. Video production, getting good audio is important. And one of the things that's also important for those of us that are starting out is being able to have decent audio without necessarily breaking the bank. The folks over at ZealSound, which I actually have used a lot of their mics in the past to test, plus just use them for day-to-day recordings, sent us over their new ZealSound KD8S, which is an XLR and USB. So it's combo. So for those of you that want the XLR side, you can. For those of you that just simply want to plug it into your computer via USB port, you can. Dynamic microphone with boom arms, so you get a nice whole kit, plus RGB, which, who doesn't want some extra RGB? Anyways, headphone connector, USB connector, Type-C connector, XLR connector. You can use it for live broadcast, sound recordings, and again, has RGB lighting, which is super cool, right? Bunch of stuff here on the box that is in different languages. So if we spin this around, you'll see a little overview of it. So of course, we have a volume adjustment knob on the top. We have a short touch mute. We have the USB-C port for plugging in to actually have it connect to your computer, which is probably what we're going to use it with. We have the XLR port. Now, of course, you're going to need to have maybe a soundboard or something like that that provides, let's say, phantom power. You have your RGB light switch down there and a 3.5mm headphone jack so that you can monitor what the microphone is actually picking up. You have a microphone sponge cover and an RGB light ring. So everything in this tiny little wee box. So of course we're going to open it up and then I'm going to connect it to the computer over here and we're going to see what it sounds like. Anyways, let's see what comes in this here box. Make sure you guys can see that okay. And we are going to get a manual because manuals can be important. We get an adapter, so depending on the microphone that you're possibly using, because you may use this stand for other things down the road, so this is going to be an adapter depending on what you need it for. We are going to get, my guess would be, yeah, there's going to be your, USB-C out to USB, out to USB-A, and it also has an adapter that will take it to Lightning. So for those of you that want to use this like with your smartphone, an iPad, something like that, like an iPhone or iPad, you actually have a USB-A to a Lightning adapter. That's handy. And it's nice and long, which is important because we need a long cable for reaching from the computer, wherever it's located, over to the mic, up through the scissor arm, etc., etc. We are going to have our clamp. So this is the clamp that you're going to clamp the stand onto the actual desk. We have the scissor arm. Now, I don't know exactly how much this costs. I'll put it up here just so you guys know how much this whole thing costs. So don't expect the best scissor arm in the whole world. Let's be completely honest. But you know what? It'll function. It'll handle the weight of this microphone. So basically, of course, this is where your mic is going to go. This here is where this is going to go. So this simply is just going to slide in there and you'd loosen that and then clamp that onto your desk, which I will do. You guys don't need to see me do it, but I will do it. And then last but not least, we're going to get the microphone. So put that down here. It's not heavy by any means, but it feels very, can't tell if that's just plastic. I think that's just plastic, but you know what? It's nice looking. And I think when it's on your desk, that's part of it. Of course, sound is the most important. And we will do a recording with the sound just so you guys can tell. But again, of course, this is where all this kind of stuff is going to connect. And then this is going to connect to here. I guess this, well, we probably don't need this one. This is going to be used, let's say you have a tabletop mic stand and you need it to adapt to the smaller, like 1/4 inch, or you're going to mount it onto like your tripod. You'd use this adapter would be my guess. Because we are going to be mounting it to this. My guess would be this should just, so that just screws on there. So that'll screw on without you. So you don't necessarily need the adapter, which is good. And then, of course, this is going to plug in for me into there. If you do have an XLR cable on a mixing board, you may want to use the actual XLR, but you can see all the ports on the back. Very nice. All the buttons are easy to see and touch, even if you don't have to, you may not necessarily see it, right? And then there is your mute button. So I'm going to connect this over there. and I'm going to plug it into my computer, and we're going to see what it sounds like.
All right, so we are here with the microphone, and as far as I can tell with this microphone, it's getting the sound directionally from the top, because you will see if I slide off to the side a little bit, you lose the audio quite a bit. So you want to make sure that you're speaking kind of into the top of it. So you may want to have that placed in a way that that's totally feasible. I may have to play around with it, but usually I'm talking to the computer screen like this, so this should have no problems picking me up at all. So there's a couple cool things, of course. There's a volume switch on the front, and you may be able to see here, it's got this color. So if you see me move this, you can see it kind of go from green through red. So it's actually a color indicator that tells you how much, like the volume of the mic sensitivity, which is actually really cool. The other thing that's kind of neat too is that if you actually click and hold this button here, maybe you don't like the LEDs, it's not important to you. So if you click and hold it, you can turn the LEDs right off. If you click and hold again, it'll turn on. And if you tap them, you can actually cycle now through all the different colors. You're probably hearing me click, but all this is being recorded from this microphone right now. So I like that little cycle of colors. I think that's kind of snazzy. Anyways, you guys get a good idea. Again, I will put the prices or the price of this kit here on the screen if you guys are interested. Sound quality you guys are hearing right now. So if you think that it's good, then bang for buck, then links, right? So you guys can see what it's like. And if you think it's a great addition to your current setup. And of course, when you're done, you can simply just move it away, right? Move it away from what you're doing and you're good to go. Just realize, like I said, you may want to position this in a way, and it really all depends. Like if I move this, maybe down here, so the mic's off to the side like this, maybe that would be better depending on how you're talking. If you are someone that would normally possibly have it on the front of your desk pointing toward you, this would be a really good scenario as well. Or I could actually just kind of tilt it down like so, and then tilt it up, right? In this scenario. So now the microphone is right underneath where I'm talking. So you do have a lot of different positions that you and I could put this in, but just realize you do want to kind of talk into the top. Again, if I kind of come down here and talk, you'll see it really fades out versus if I'm up here and talking. And for me, you can do some, of course, adjustments probably in the software that you're using. But for volume wise, I pretty much have mine up almost all the way, and I'm letting the software actually auto adjust the gain. Just simple for me because, you know, I'm in front of it, I'm to the side of it. I just let the computer deal with that. Anyways, you guys are hearing this microphone from ZealSound. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And this part of the video completely recorded with it. Yeah. All right, guys, links down below, and I will see you guys next video. I'm out. Later.